Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening there in America, and good morning in England. This is Kate Denning here, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning, and today I have got Stanley with me, the spiritual entrepreneur, and we'll be looking at his book, talking about his book, Your Numbers, Your Journey. So I just wanted to welcome everyone here today and say hi. Just quickly go through with what is happening here in Brisbane for those people up here. Excuse me. Tomorrow I will be doing an expo up at Earth Vibrations in Marine-Bar, I think it is. Okay, it's on my page anyway. So there'll be an expo up there. I'll be doing readings, and it's actually at the shop Earth Vibrations. On Sunday, Inspired Living events, which will be held at Fitzy's at Logan Home. So there's an expo there between 10 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then the following week, on the Thursday, the 16th of November, I will be down at Currumbin RSL. I'll have a stall there, but David Laws and Peter Williams will be doing live readings there for everyone. So there'll be quite a lot of people there. So you can go onto my page if you haven't got your tickets yet. And then the following weekend, I have got 2 tea leaf reading classes and crystal ball workshops running on the 18th and the 19th. One will be at Wellington Point and the other one will be up at Redcliffe. Okay, so again, you will find that information on my page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. So welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And Stanley, introduce yourself, please. Let us know a little bit about you.
Yes, thank you, Kate, and thank you, Dave. It's an honour to be on the show. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I have Greek background, and I've always loved the thirst for learning and seeking, and I had a speed for mathematics timetables. In 1985, I had a little quiz going with the students, and I would beat the students, and then I went up against the teacher and I beat her. And so I had a fascination for the numbers side of things, but I also entrepreneurial. My family were very entrepreneurial, and we had a food business, and I began to seek in terms of property and in terms of health and how to market yourself and being entrepreneurial and that type of niche. But as I was seeking, I always had this yearning for more deeper wisdom. So then I started dwelling into the self-development of the esoteric wisdom, and numerology and astrology caught my attention, and I cross-referenced from many different realms in terms of the ancient Vedas, the ancient Greeks, Sabian, the Mesopotamian era, the Chinese, and I studied one-on-one, and across my journey I wanted to learn faster and absorb more, so I then picked up speed reading, and then I picked up photographic reading. So I had different modalities, and this led me to then get on to write my book. And the book, Your Numbers, Your Journey, How the Secrets of the ESP Code Reveal Your Destiny, was written in 2013, and it was basically starting as a 101 for people to understand the basic concept of what I call the ESP code: essence, soul, and purpose. And I derived this 4-numbered numerological method system from the different modalities and fundamentally from the Vedas, the ancient Indians. So across seeking, I then began to think, okay, so how can I then teach other spiritual type people not only know thyself, what I call the 3 concept of know thyself, be thyself, and ascend thyself, which is known as what I say, the 3 steps of learn, live, and love your essence, soul, purpose. So basically it's derived about, and I have a yearning and I really want to help the spiritual type people out there how to monetize their gift, hence the spiritual entrepreneur, if you will. So I'm bridging that knowledge that I have as an online marketer and an offline marketer together with the esoteric realm, and I'm doing it through numbers, Kate and Dave, because I found numbers are a lot more simple for people to understand, which is a derivative of the very much complex astrology, which is a master science, and it's a beautiful master science for people who really delve into it. So this is where I'm at now. So I've got my book, and I'll be rebirthing an app to show people in terms of the combinations of the numbers and how they can affect them in maximizing their careers. So it's a topic that because I have Virgo in my first house from the astrology side, so I'm trying to bring forth a scientific, practical method using numerology as my foundation standing point to help people to know themselves at a deeper level, such as your gifts that you have from your side and other different spiritual people. Mine's obviously from the number side. So that's a bit about me.
Wow, that's fascinating. So, tell me, you can work out for us days that would be good to do, like have special meetings or go for interviews, days to organise seminars. So, if we're running our own business, and just knowing what day is best to do what, or, if we should just leave that day be. You can work that out through the numbers and through the astrology. Yes?
Yes, 100%. The way I do it is we have 4 numbers in the numbered system. The first number is the identity number. The second number is the type of identity. The third is the character, otherwise known as the life path number. And the fourth is the ESP. So basically all I do is the day and month is the sun and moon energies of these celestial stars.
And I understand this is a unique thing to you, isn't it, that you discovered this yourself?
Yes, I had teachings from many different modalities, and I also learned from the Swami, and I just took this to another level in terms of incorporating 4 numbers. Hence, I use the acronym. I love using acronyms. Hence, I use the acronym of ESP, the Essence Soul Purpose Code. So we have, people can quickly calculate within themselves how to use their identity number. This is the big difference to your life path numerology side of things. And basically the identity number is what derives how you stand on Earth with the other celestial planets and energies around you. Hence, a lot of astrology software has the sun and moon both going around the native, hence the natal chart. So what I do with the identity number, I take this identity number, which is just purely the first digit of the 4 digits of the ESP code, and I then factor it in to what I call running days, running months, and running years. For example, in Australia, it's November the 10th, 2017. So November is a 2-month, the 10th is a 1 day, and actually Vedically the new year began to start changing energies already. September 15, 2017, the new year of 2018 started shifting. So you have different ways to calculate. For example, say if someone is a number 2, if they add their day and month together, and today is a 10-day, you always narrow down to a single digit. So it's a 1. So with me, it's a 3 days. So it's perfect for me to be communicating, marketing, using this channel to get my message out. So we go on how we derive with us, with the Earth around us. So it's not just generically Mother Earth is 2017 and will be 2018. It's how it relates to each individual, because each individual is unique, just like their fingerprint. So people can calculate then best months or days when to do, as you said, events or to travel on a holiday. If someone wants to plan an event, they want to do it on a combination where it'll be a 2, a 3, a 5, or an 8 if they want to stack the probability in their favor. So they can grasp these concepts purely just by taking the identity number as the 101, and then you have the overall 4 numbers, which is a lot more deeper stuff. But and you can also have combinations with people as well, Kate. So my identity with other people's identities, if I want to maximize, say, for business, I will look out what's the best for me. Or if I want to maximize, say, for working fast, I will look what's the best. So from the career side, you can do many things. If I want to look for someone who's very good marketing combinations with me, I'll know which number to look for. So and I've cross-tested this since 2011 to now, over 1,000 cases, and I found the more deeper I go, it's fast and it can be accurate, and it's a self-healing tool for people. I strongly believe people can be healed through the knowledge of numbers at the subconscious level to bring it to the conscious level. And my goal is to have 10 million followers. So I'm now putting forth my structure, if you will, online, and I'm going to be posting a lot more on social media to show people these examples. But
Well, I think you might get those followers too, because it sounds fascinating what you're doing, and you come across really well over air as well. Now, we're going to do a couple of readings today, okay? And we'll have Stanley doing the readings for you guys. So you can ask Stanley your question, okay? And he's going to work it out through your numbers. So are you ready to do a reading now, Stanley?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we have got Talia Shah from Enid in Oklahoma, USA. Did I pronounce that properly?
Talisha.
Are you there? Talisha. Oh,
yes.
Sorry. That's much easier. Hi, Talisha. How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, now, Talisha, we have got Stanley here today, and he's a master with numbers. So do you have a question for us?
I have lots of questions. I want to know about my love life.
Okay, do you have anyone in your life at the moment?
Kind of.
Do you have their date of birth?
May 2nd. Or 3rd. May 3rd.
May 3rd,
Okay.
And what year?
76.
Okay, and what is yours? Sorry, Stanley, you should be asking these
February
questions.
February 10th of 76.
Okay, so the way I've calculated is if we go on February 10, was it Talisha, was it?
Yes.
That's a nice name. February 10 plus 2 is 4 is 3. So your identity number, Talisha, if you add February 10 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Narrow down, 1 plus 2 is 3. And your potential love life partner at May 3 is 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so that's actually the best combination you can have for love. Now, the way I calculate that out, so February 10 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Narrow down to a single digit, 1 plus 2 is 3. So your identity number is a 3. The May 3, if you add that together, 5 plus 3 is 8. Now, this partner's number is an 8. He can be very good in money making or wheeling and dealing. You're very childlike and like to have fun and learn and have a thirst. Together, your combinations form a 3 plus 8, which is an 11. Narrow down to 1 plus 1 is 2, which is loving, giving, nurturing, kind. So in terms of frequencies, it's a very good combination just purely from your identity numbers side of things. Now, so for love, I would say it's a very good frequency. Now, individually, this person was running a little bit of a tough year this year in 2017. It may be some setbacks or having some accidents or a loved one in hospital, what have you. But and now he's coming into a new beginning or a new beginning of business. But and that can affect obviously people from the love life side of things. But purely from your identity numbers, you being a 3, I'm not going on your standard Aquarius Taurus now. I'm just going on specific. Number 3 for you and number 8 combination 2. It's a very good combination for love. It's actually the best out of the 9 numbers in that aspect. That's just purely from the simple side of things.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. How do you feel about that, Talisha?
Good. Very
So
good.
how long have you been seeing him for?
A little over a year.
Oh, okay. And has he proposed yet?
No.
Well, I pulled out one card for you, okay, which is the devil, which sounds a little bit bad, but it's not. It's actually about contracts, okay, and marriages. So you could be with your soul partner. It sounds very
Awesome.
good.
And he's got the arrow of determination, so he's a determined person, and he's also got the arrow of intellect. He's very intellectual. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, if you have someone who's a partner in a male figure who's determined and intellectual, it's a very good thing. And he's, just come through a tough year, but he's beginning of a new beginning for him. So a new beginning could be a new beginning of love, because it's kicking into the 2018 year. So it's a 1 year. So it could be a new beginning for business, new beginning for love. So from this person's point of view, the energies are there to be open to it. And your identity numbers being 8 and 3 is there. So that's a very good thing.
Good.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, Talisha. We're going to take the next caller now. So, Talisha, you have a wonderful weekend, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Talisha.
Okay, now we have Tony from Bellingham in Washington. Are you there, Tony?
I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys? I'm so happy to do this. This is great.
Very good,
it's
thank you.
great to have you. Okay, so do you have a question for us, Tony?
I do, and it's an odd question that you probably have not been asked before. I'm an odd one.
Fire away. I love something different.
I have something happening to my physical structure that I believe is the crystalline DNA process. And I show this on my YouTube channel, but I'm always looking for answers, and I like to keep the door open, and I never want to lead people in the wrong direction. So I've had a hard time finding guidance in this area because it's a very new area, it seems. So I'd like to know if I'm on the right path and if what I'm showing is accurate.
Okay. Are you able to help with that with her numbers? Will that show up anything for you?
Yeah.
That's what
Tony,
I wasn't sure.
Tony, do you have your date of birth?
5/12/75.
America has May. This is the month first, isn't it? So when you say 5/12, it's the 12th of May, correct? That's how Americans do it?
Correct, May 12th. Yeah, 1975.
Okay, cool. You're 75 like me. Okay, so actually I'm a Taurus too, so very similar. So 12 plus 5 is 17 is an 8. You're an 8-4-3-6 crystalline structure physical. Okay. You being a number 8 as well in 2017 was going through a number 9 because Earth was a 1 year. So you were going through a completion year or maybe a bit of suffering, a little bit of a little bit of the illness. Maybe this is what you're talking about in terms of the physical body or the crystalline structure side of things. Now, you suffered a little bit in this. You would have needed to be near water or salt water or the yearning to be near water in this healing modality. You have the arrow of determination, just like me, and you also have 2 5s in you, Tony, like me as well. And the 2 5s is like a portal. You're like a bridge, like a connector. Sometimes you're connecting without realizing it to the highest celestial beings. And I can talk to you about this type of thing because you're already in this sort of arena, so you sort of may understand. So that portal side of things, which what you could be affecting from the physical side, because you are vibrating a little bit higher, you're open to it than other people. And you can be a little bit emotional, but it's a good thing. So in terms of, I haven't seen what you're doing on YouTube or the education you're doing, but the Mother Earth for you is kicking into a 2 year on Earth, and you being an 8 is a 1, so it's the beginning of something new. So my belief, to answer your question, is you may have been suffering this or going through this in the physical body structure side of things, and now you may have been forced to research it or guidance that as you were doing it, and in terms of getting this wisdom out there or telling your experience out there, in September 15, 2017 would have been a good time to start it, and you'll feel you get more at ease into it as January 1, 2018 kicks in. So I would say yes, because you got the arrow of determination and you got the 2 5s. There's a reason why this was happening in your 9 year in relation to the crystalline DNA structure. I mean, that's a fascinating topic in itself. So I would say yes.
Actually, the place I'm working on tomorrow, Earth Vibrations, she works with some crystalline thing as well too. It was quite fascinating. I had trouble understanding it, went way over my head. But yeah, I want you to send me your link. So go on to my page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning, and send me your link so I'd love to go and watch what you do.
That'd be lovely. Yeah, I just, for me, my experience started from the NDE, and I just was very lost in the beginning, as most people are. It's a very interesting concept, like you guys said. So I found as my physical structure started changing, it was just, I never wanted to lead people in the wrong way. You know what I mean? So I just have been looking for some guidance and validation on that, but it's a hard subject to to get that on. Does that make sense? But everything you said absolutely resonates with me. I absolutely understood it all, and that just feels very right. So I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're also a rabbit like me, being in 1975, and it's one of the most intuitive of the 12 animals. So your intuition is on par. What's happened, it happens to me too, Tony. Sometimes I second guess myself or question and ask, but sometimes if I just look within and go with the subconscious mind and connect it straight to the conscious, you're on the right path, because, you know, the rabbits are very intuitive people. So that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I say it's no coincidence that you were of the same birth year. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, it seems, lately. Follow the synchronicity.
Very much so. Synchronicity, that's what I have on my website. I'm a master 33 number, 112233. 33 is a synchronicity.
I keep seeing 33 everywhere lately. Everywhere.
Yeah. It's
Special
the
people
synchronicity.
at 33s. Anyway, we've just about run out of time. So
Thank you very much,
guys.
guys.
Out of that, Tony.
You're welcome.
And don't forget to get onto the spiritual realm with Kate Denning and send me your stuff so I can have a look. I would love to see the work that you do. And Stanley, that was great information. So thanks so much for that.
You're welcome.
And also, you can get on, I'll put Stanley's link up on my Facebook page too. So if you want to go and have a look at his stuff and the numerology and your book, his book, Your Numbers, Your Journey, okay? It's a fantastic book to read. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and I shall catch up with you at the same time next week.
Blessings. Thank you, everyone.